Oh my goodness. In case you were wondering about this passage on eunuchs that Jesus delivered with this word eunuchs in it over and over and over again, and you thought, oh my goodness, I don't know what this is or whether this applies to me or what this is all about. Well, folks, this is mathematically a loaded passage, and Jesus spoke this one word 5 times in one verse to his own mathematical glory, as we see here, because the main word is, of course, eunuch, which is 320, which is 8 times 40, which is then 8 times 8 times 5 to the glory of Jesus equals 888. Wow! And folks, there are very few passages in the entire Bible, I can't think of any other one, that has one word 5 times in the verse. 5 times in one verse, a word repeated. But Jesus does it here, and so this is to his own mathematical glory. Look at this. Let's read this in full so we can really have it hit home to us. For there are some eunuchs which were so born from their mother's womb, and there are some eunuchs which were made eunuchs of men, and there be eunuchs which have made themselves eunuchs for the kingdom of heaven's sake. He that is able to receive it, let him receive it. And this word occurs obviously several times before this verse in the whole introduction to the subject. So, the main word, of course, is eunuch. Remember, folks, Jesus spoke, the big takeaway is this, first of all. Jesus spoke mathematically, gloriously, in everything that he spoke, in all of his words, in Hebrew. He spoke mathematically, gloriously to himself and to the Father, equals 8 exactly. Keep watching all these videos. So look at this word eunuch, this perfect 3-glyph root of eunuch. You always go to the root for the truth and the glory. The center letter is always the most significant in every 3-glyph root. Even your gut tells you that, but it is everywhere. It is a fact. The center letter is always the most significant. You always go to the center. You always go to the root. You always go to the middle. This center letter is 200. Center letter is 200. A 3-digit all-factor 8 number that divides by 8 perfectly. To the glory of Jesus equals 888. Bingo! The supporting letters are the 2 letters on the either sides of the root. Those are 60 apiece, which add, of course, to 120, which is a 3-digit all-factor 8 number that divides by 8. To the glory of Jesus equals 888. Bing! So the whole thing is 8 times 8 times 5. Now, the root is repeated 5 times in this one statement. 5 times 320 is 1600. That's a perfect square of 40. 40 times 40. Remember, folks, he is the king of mathematics. Therefore, he has to maximize his glory mathematically. That makes for the perfect square of 40. Remember, Jesus is the king of numbers, so it had to make for maximum glory. Now, the final words is the nail in the coffin. You were waiting for this. To him to receive it, he that is able to receive it, let him receive it. These are the final words. The final 8 letters, count them. 8 letters. This is genius. Genius beyond reason. The final 8 letters in this whole story. Exactly 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 divided into 2 chunks of 4, split perfectly in half. Genius of geniuses. Genius of geniuses. And furthermore, it starts with, the letter 30, ends with the letter 30. You've got to see the amazing, artistry here. So this is 304, which divides by 8 perfectly. Now, furthermore, watch this. It divides by 8 times 19 times 2. 19, by the law of prime, is the 8th prime, and so we have 8 times the 8th prime times 2. So I like to write doubles in full because that's the way they should be written, is for added emphasis on what they are doubling. 8 times the 8th prime doubled. Wow. So he finishes with a bang. He's screaming out a bang of 8 in the whole thing. And of course, the ultimate final statement. So we just took the last 8 letters. Now the entire last statement. He who is able to receive it, let him receive it. That's this whole statement that he spoke precisely in Hebrew here. This is amazing. that is 720, an exceedingly beautiful number, divides by all of 8 and 12 and 24 to the glory of Jesus equals 888. This is accomplished in 15 letters, which is 7n plus 1. This was accomplished in 8 letters, which is 7n plus 1. This is the mathematical genius of geniuses showing off all over the place. And of course, the final pair of repeated roots. He repeats receive twice. That is the main root in that final statement. It's one root in that whole final statement. He that is able to receive it, let him receive it. Receive, receive. That is 264, which is a triple of 88s divides by 8 perfectly. That's 88 plus 88 plus 88 to the glory of Jesus equals 888. And by the way, as for the glory of that pair, this is the exact same number of the first pair of roots Jesus ever spoke to all of his disciples, which is follow me. Follow me equals 264, which is 88 times 3. It literally is a pair of roots, which is walk after. Walk, 55, plus after, 209, is it? Yeah, 209. Just quickly, 209 plus 55. Yes, 209 plus 55. Walk after me. Follow me. Boom. So, wow, are you getting excited? Are you starting to understand that the words of Jesus are a gold mine, a diamond mine, which is why I have pictures of gems in the frame of this YouTube channel all around, and a shower of gems over the name Jesus equals 888, because all of the gems point to this one number. Jesus equals 888. Physical gems are all cut in facets of 8. Every single gem on every single girl's finger is always cut in facets of 8, because that mathematically maximizes the fire and the brilliance of the gem to the glory of the maker. Jesus equals 888. Keep having your eyes open that everything is for the glory of Jesus. So, but now the words of Jesus, the red letter words of Jesus in all of the Gospels are the greatest diamond mine in the history of the world for all of these gems. As you see one example of here, the passage on eunuchs. Let's crack this open in context. Oh my goodness. Yeah, this is talking about Jesus saying, the discussion is relating to divorce, and that the disciples are commenting on, the possibility of divorce, and that it would be better for a man not to marry. If it's Jesus says divorce is the same as committing adultery. Read the verses before this passage to get the context. And so this concept of eunuchs is just delivered here, but it is all for the mathematical glory of Jesus. And so there you have it. Just do a recap of this. Oh my. Yeah, drippingly loaded with 8. And this is another great gem in the words of Jesus in Hebrew to the glory of his own name, mathematically. Amen.